right now. Okay, so moving on in 10 faves, it's fave number 7. And this is going to be something else that's going to be featured a little bit later on tonight, but you get a chance to get these now. And we're kind of getting you geared up and ready for spring. This is from Superga. These are the canvas slip-on sneakers. And I tell you, this is sort of like your modern day ballet flat. And I know, maybe not as, you know, not necessarily could you wear it with everything that you could wear a ballet flat with, but almost, because it's a great slip-on. It's a canvas material. You've got that great flexibility, all of the cushion on the inside. You even have that nice elastic on the connection there on the side, so that when you walk, your feet are not rubbing and pulling against this top area. Let me show you the colors, and then we'll dive into the details. This is navy, and these are really simple. So this is navy. This one is called mushroom. All great neutrals as well. We have it in black, and here it is in gray. Now I'll tell you, the gray is going to be a brighter white along that outsole. All of the others, the black, mushroom, and even the navy, is more of like a, almost like a tea stained. So it's not a bright white, because typically bright white to me seems a lot sportier, which is nice, you know, but if you did want to maybe have that toned down a little bit, then you've got more of that, almost like an ecru or like a tea stained look. So it's not a bright white. But let's talk about this, and since we were talking about that outsole, there's something special about that outsole, and that is the vulcanation treatment. What that means is that it's a hardening rubber by treating it with sulfur at a high temperature. It increases the durability and the life of the product. The shoes do not include stitching into the outsole, so it's a low probability of ripping out. It's that process again of hardening the rubber and treating it at that high temperature, so that when you're walking, these are durable. You're not going to walk a hole into your shoes. And I say that because I've joked. My mom, she's gonna kill me. She would wear this pair of shoes all the time, and she would wear them because they were comfortable and they were slip-ons. She didn't have to bend down and do a buckle and a zipper or anything like that. They were shoes that she could wear with anything. But she wore them so much that she would walk a hole into the shoes. And she loved them so much, she went and bought another pair, walked a hole into those shoes as well. What that told me was, yeah, they're comfortable, but they're not gonna hold up. Mom, you need to stop buying those shoes. These are created to be durable. And you'll also notice that some of the steps that they took to make them even more durable, in that you don't have stitches from the upper into the outsole. You don't have stitches like that, because the stitching is, in many cases, it's that area of vulnerabilities, because if you had stitching, then over time, it's the area where the stitches are that could start to pull away. You don't have that in these Superga sneakers. You've got premium 100-year-old Italian lifestyle brand, which is what this is. The uppers are color safe, machine washable. You've got 100% cotton canvas. The vulcanization treatment process increases the quality of these shoes. The rubber bumpers and no stitching on the outsoles are for durability. And these are the kind of things that when it comes to shoes, the creation of shoes, we don't really think about. And we really only think about it when the shoes wear out for whatever reason. Whether the outsole separates from the upper, you walk a hole in the shoes, or in some way they start to fall apart. Superga really does live up to its name. And these are brand new, great slip-ons. And if you want to try them, for this visit only, they're $39.90. Definitely take advantage of these, because these shoes are normally $60. Yes, for a slip-on, but it's because you don't have to keep buying them year after year. So enjoy those. We will have a full presentation coming up at 10 p.m. this evening. And that's also going to be during the list with Colleen Lopez again. And that's also going to be during a very high traffic